What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome back to MKO Pugilism, aka MKO Boxing, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, follow on TikTok, all that good stuff. So let's get into it. Last night we had some serious action up in Liverpool where Nick Ball was defending his title versus Brandon Figueroa. Brandon Figueroa, tall southpaw, rangy. As I said in the comms last night, 7-inch reach advantage going into the fight. And again, serious pressure fighter, even with his height advantage. He's a guy that likes to throw lots of shots, very explosive. And he came in wearing his moniker on his shorts and on his sort of jacket he was wearing, the Heartbreaker. And he came and he did exactly that. He eventually got to Nick Ball, very last round. And to be honest with you, I didn't really see that coming. The knockout in the 12th round, just phenomenal. You had Nick Ball just, it was still in the fight. I would say most probably down in, and that was confirmed after the fight. The Nick Ball was down on 2 out of the 3 judges' scorecards, so he was fighting a losing battle. But I felt he still looked like he was in the fight at the last round. But barely into that round 12, 15 seconds in, I think it was. Figueroa just crouches down, and as Nick Ball's coming in trying to land a shot, Figueroa just throws a nice left hook from the southpaw stance, so like a backhand hook, left hook, right around the guard of Nick Ball, and takes Nick Ball out. To Ball's credit, I mean, I thought he was gone from that shot, but he managed to actually get to his feet. And I commend him for that, because the way he was, he was tired. He was just completely out of it. He, through his bravery, he managed to get to his feet, and he gets up, and then Figueroa again goes after him, and barrage of punches, works the body as well, and just keeps throwing, and eventually gets to Nick Ball again. And this time Nick Ball is out of the ring. It's more or less out of the, half his body's out of the ring and hanging over the ropes and utterly finished. And that's how the fight ended. I mean, prior to that, it was a fight where Nick Ball had quite a bright start, decent start to the fight. You could tell it was a bit of a struggle. He was sort of leaping in at Brandon Figueroa, but there were multiple times where, as he's leaping in, he's sort of getting caught on the way in, and Figueroa's always throwing quite a lot of shots. Figueroa had the more sort of, I think he sort of threw, at least he sort of threw more. Nick Ball was, I would say, ever so slightly more accurate, but the volume and the activity was with Figueroa, where he was just throwing away, just always throwing combinations. And of the two of them, I would say Nick Ball was the one sort of feeling the pace a little bit more. He was doing the pace, doing the work, but he was getting into range and doing damage, but he was kind of, a lot of times through this fight, kind of struggling to get into range. So it's like, as he's leaping, it was sometimes looking a bit awkward when he's trying to leap in and do his damage, and it was like having to fight through Figueroa's counters and then coming in and then landing his shots. And it was nice, neat, compact by Nick Ball, but then some of the times he was getting countered a fair bit in there. So he did have some great moments, Nick Ball, and he landed some good combinations, good single shots. But overall, I think pretty much same as the judges, that he was being outlanded in that fight. He was being outlanded and sort of outworked in there. So even his good work would sometimes get overshadowed by the greater sort of volume of Figueroa. And because Figueroa is not throwing single shots, he's throwing combinations, and he's catching Nick Ball on the way in and sometimes catching Nick Ball on the way out as well. and then obviously, 12th round he took it out of the judges' hands. But to be honest, by the from what I heard about by the end of the fight, he was gonna win that on points anyway. So yeah, it's a bit sad for Nick Ball, but at the same time, as long as he keeps the same attitude he has now, which is he's very determined. He's quite a humble guy. He just gets back in the gym. He's not showy. He's not bossy like that. But he's seems to be a sincere fighting man who he fights with his heart on his sleeve. And I think there's definitely still fights out there for him, and there's still a career out there for him. This doesn't have to be the end of the road for him. I mean, even Figueroa coming into this, he also had loss on his record. So, I mean, look, it's not the end of the world. And this will be kind of a test of character for him. And, how much does he really want this? And I think, looking at Nick Ball, I think he'll carry on and he'll come back and hopefully come back stronger and learn from the mistakes he made here and come back better. Still a decent performance from him, even losing, but obviously Figueroa was just the better man on the night, and it showed. So let me know your thoughts about this fight in the comment section below. And until next time, it's MKO Boxing, over and out.